Good evening. Welcome to Dave's Vacation Oasis, where we like to vacation. Who knows where? We take millions of trips, and you never know where you're going to end up. Anyways, good evening, guys. I hope everybody had a great Tuesday today. Tomorrow is hump day. Hump day. Thank goodness. It's good. Oh, looking forward to it. Got some things I got to do. Hopefully, I can go get a haircut and get cleaned up a little bit tomorrow. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Even nobody in here. But if you do catch the replay of this show, please thank you for watching the replay. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and share out. If you are looking to travel, guys, don't forget to thing. In fact, while I'm waiting on people to come in, let's do a this. We will do a this.
Whether it's luxury or fun in the sun, Dave's got the tips to make your cruise number one. Tune in, sit back, let's plan your stay on Cantrell Country's Travel Way. It's Cantrell Country's Travel Way, setting sail on adventure every day. From island south to ocean blue, we got your cruising covered through and through. Pack your bags and set your sights. We're cruising seas and booking flights from the ports to the waves where dreams come alive. Dave Hanschbell is here to guide your ride. It's Cantrell Country's Travel Way, setting sail on adventure every day. From island stops to ocean blue, we've got your cruising covered through and through.
Welcome in. Well, that was the old show. Well, one of the shows. Who knows? We might resurrect that show again someday. Traveling everywhere, traveling around the world when I can start traveling. But anyways, guys, welcome in, welcome in. I am definitely starting early tonight because of the fact that, like I said, I will be on another show tonight at 7 o'clock doing a Q&A with Traveling with Tinkerbell. And also, remember, not only am I going to be doing her show at 7 o'clock tonight, but remind you, Thursday, she will be on with me 6 p.m. answering questions and things like that, getting to know her a little bit more, trying to bring her into the community is what, not only bringing her into the Disney community, but bringing her into the travel. She's definitely a travel agent like I am. We're trying to help each other's show. Welcome into those that are coming in. Thank you for being here. Please feel free to say hi and all that. So, where were we traveling to tonight, guys? I don't know. Because I originally had Fort Lauderdale planned, but it's been kind of crazy and I hadn't had a chance to prep for it today because work. I had a lot of things for kind of taking care of some things at work today all day long. It's kept me busy. But it is good to see everybody. Welcome in, guys. Let me see. Let me bring up something here real quick. Travel stuff. All right, give me 1 second. I need to log in. All right. Trying to log into something to bring it in. Hope everybody's here having a good day today. Oh, not there. But anyways, all right. I'm not an advisor. I am an advisor. Continue. I haven't logged in a while, so it's been kind of crazy. Oh, email. All right, I'm logged into Lauderdale. I'm going to promote Lauderdale, guys. We need some warmth because I don't know about anybody else, but it's kind of been cold where I'm at, and I know it's been cold where everybody else. We just need some heat and some other things. This is plain and crazy in this weather. So, but so we're going to, as soon as I bring some things up, let me go. 10 reasons why you want to visit. We're going to share 10 reasons why we're going to visit Fort Lauderdale. 1, it's fun in the sun. You always got to have fun in the sun. So I'm about to, let me see. All right. Now, here's top 10 reasons why you should consider Fort Lauderdale. 1, the weather. I can guarantee you it's probably, though at the moment, I'm not sure it's the best thing to consider because with the weather condition we all been under, weather is a kind of crazy topic right now with everybody. 2, it is ample air, ground transport, including FLL high-speed train, water taxi, and free trolleys. 3, it is affordable. Affordability. Lower taxes, less costly rates compared to other. It is true. I've actually been looking at some things for some people down in Fort Lauderdale. It actually is kind of cheaper in ways. Unfortunately, it's not as cheap in some things, but welcome into those coming in, guys. Welcome into those coming in. Obviously, the environment is extremely good. I mean, you think about it, environmentally committed. The convention center and the lodgings and everywhere you look around Fort Lauderdale is just absolutely, absolutely, absolutely tremendous. So it's quite good. So number 5, also blue. Yes, we must not forget that. I mean, obviously, being Fort Lauderdale on the East Coast along the Atlantic, it's just another one. And again, Fort Lauderdale is one of those things that if you love doing cruising and you love traveling and you love boating and you love to hang around the water, I'm going to honestly tell you, Fort Lauderdale, without getting to the high conjunction menagerie like you would. I mean, unfortunately, with Miami, things have gotten so steamrolled with everything down there. It's it's a nice place to visit. But if I had to choose between visiting Fort Lauderdale and visiting Miami, my instinct, I'm going with Fort Lauderdale, guys. I mean, either way, it's going to be busy because they're both full. They're both full cities, but there's just something, where Miami is crowded and Dayton, and it's got, it does have a lot of canals like Italy that runs in and throughout a good small portion of Miami in the south part of Miami. Um, Fort Lauderdale don't have that, but it's got definitely good areas to visit, good shopping, good dining, good food, good music. It's got something for everyone, something to do with, things to do with the family, places to hang out for the adults that, when they just want to be by themselves, things like that. Obviously, it's always a happy hour. Yeah, who don't need happy hour? The Ale Trail, Sky High Roof bars, and obviously, yes, for those that like cocktails and specialty drinks, you will find a lot of good places. And I know we talked about some of these last time I did Fort Lauderdale. Last time I had Miss Debbie Burnfeld with me, since she lives down in that same section of Wood. I don't know where she's hanging at tonight, but obviously everybody has forgotten that I started at 5:30 tonight. So hopefully we'll get some of you people, some of you slow people coming in and seeing what we're doing. Obviously, waterfront dining. I don't know about you guys, but I always love, there's something about sitting in a restaurant, especially on a dock, overlooking the ocean or the Gulf, maybe if maybe you're on the Gulf side of the thing, but overlooking and just having a good time and a dining experience. And maybe you're doing it at dusk where the sun is just trying to settle. I mean, it's obviously there's something that's miraculous about that, especially when the sun shines off the water and the glare, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. So you got plenty of unique things to do that with the waterfront dining. Unique venues. Oh, what can you say about unique venues? Well, let me see. Oh, where do you start? You got 10 million, you got several hundred, you got several museums in Fort Lauderdale. You got yachting charters, and you got a lot of shopping here for all you shoppers who like to shop and bring back those 10 million pieces of memory things, or whatever you're shopping for. Obviously, it's tremendous. So, and it's just, so you keep going and you find different shops. You got different, think about this too. You got different music venues. You got different, in like a lot of your large cities like Dallas, Houston, Detroit, and I can guarantee you New York, Miami, Los Angeles, you got your festivals that they do. You got different types of music festivals that go on throughout the year. But you got a lot of festivals and places to see, things to do, museums, the different types of shops down there. Welcome into those coming in. Please feel free to say hi. I hope everybody's having a good Tuesday that's coming in. Yes, I ended up having to start early, guys. So hopefully we'll have some more people here joining us fairly quick. Obviously, obviously, I won't have no co-host tonight. Wasn't planning on it. But I did want to encourage you guys to just, again, reason why to check out Fort Lauderdale. Down the road, we'll be checking out some things across the country and cities and see how things are and all that. But again, sensational services. Oh my goodness. What can you say? You got a ton of great service, and most. I'm going to tell you, most touristic cities that have like that, they're going to have people that can help you and make your stay more enjoyable, fun, even a learning experience to a point. Maybe not wanting to learn, but at some point, there's always something you'll learn, no matter what you're doing or where you're going. There's things that sometimes you do learn and just keep on rolling. We're going to go down here, guys.
Good morning, Greater Fort Lauderdale. It's another beautiful day here in paradise. The sun is up, the town is out. It's a great day to be alive.
I've been coming alive. I've been coming alive again. I've been coming alive. I've been coming alive again. I was holding out the dear life, living out of touch, but now feeling like I'm born again. Finally seeing the light, finally seeing the light ahead.
Whoever said the more things change, the more they stay the same, hasn't been to Greater Fort Lauderdale in a while. Pity. Yeah, you thought you knew us. But take a closer look. This is the new Greater Fort Lauderdale. Get to know us.
Okay. Anyways, welcome back, guys. Hopefully we got some more people coming in. Let's see if anybody's, and we have nobody in. Okay. Well, ow. That one put you to sleep. Well, Yeah, no. You just never know who you're going to put to sleep, including me. Fort Lauderdale, guys, I can't say enough. It's gorgeous. The beaches, and again, we're gonna take another look at a video of the beaches. This is how beautiful beaches are. I'm just trying to find ways to help people stay warm, and why you should always think about coming to Florida. You got some great white sandy beaches, and it's not just Fort Lauderdale, but if you go over to Pensacola, Panama City, you got a ton of white sandy beaches all over on the Gulf, as well as the southern part of Florida, where you see some white beaches. So, I mean, obviously it's tremendous. It's good. And so we'll take a look at some beaches here. Visit Fort Lauderdale. Yes, definitely visit Fort Lauderdale. It's well worth visiting Fort Lauderdale. Obviously, I don't know. I'm just partial truth to the beachy areas. Because I'll even tell you, I know I've got my sister coming down next month who's going to be going to the Daytona 500. I wish I could go. That would be awesome. But at least I'll get to see her. Welcome into those coming in, guys. Thank you for being here. Definitely feel free to say hello and that. So, all right. Everything under the sun. We're not going to probably go too late tonight, guys, because obviously I got nobody in the studio. I got nobody in the chat. This is depressing. But that's okay. If maybe I'll catch one of you guys, maybe someone out there is watching a replay. I am a travel agent. I am the Cantrell Country Travelway agent and owner of the Travel Clean. If you're looking to travel, if you go to the beginning, I played the commercial. It has all my links and information of what you need to reach out to me to travel. So normally I would be having mods put in the information, but apparently none of my mods are, everybody's still having dinner at the moment, and I started half an hour early. So it's obviously, hey, it is what it is, and it is. So, you know what? I mean, let's look at some of the unique flowers that are around. I will tell you this. If you've ever noticed, I've noticed one thing about Fort Lauderdale. It's got some unique forestry and flowers in Fort Lauderdale. So let's look at the unique boutique. All right. And there's what Unique says. Unique Butte. Obviously, that's, you got beautiful resorts. You got beautiful resorts. You got beautiful, scenery around the different areas with the palm trees and smaller plants and things like that around there. It is a very beautiful section. Honestly, it is one of the more beautiful sections of. If I had to put the top 2 cities in the state of Florida, let me see. I would actually go Fort Lauderdale, Pensacola, and then Tampa would be my top 3 cities within. If you really wanted to visit places, Pensacola or Fort Lauderdale, Pensacola, and then Tampa Bay would be my 3 cities to suggest to you that you go and visit places. Plenty of things to do, plenty of dining to do. You've got so much beaches to visit and take care of. It's just tremendous and awesome. So it's just a good time. So let me see. Let's talking about transportation. What if you didn't want to drive? Because I know one of the biggest problems that you have in the big cities is the fact that you have heavy traffic. And I know the city I live in right now, the traffic gets so bad, it took me 25, 30 minutes just to get to McDonald's from where I was at, which was paying a bill on one of the main roads. And then I was just going down, I will say 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 blocks to get to the restaurant I was going to do that I'm doing dinner with. And wham, bam, and it's the traffic's so heavy, especially when you're getting off work. I mean, you got to figure people still work, so you're getting that heavy traffic volume and people getting off work, going home, maybe going out to dinner, things like that. It's just tremendous in things. So, one way to save money down in Fort Lauderdale, and I love this. I didn't even realize Tampa had some of this. Is that I didn't realize Tampa had water taxiways around there in that area. So let's take a look at this video on water taxis.
The water taxi's been moving guests around Greater Fort Lauderdale for over 30 years. We connect our clients and our partners' clients to different destinations around the Greater Fort Lauderdale area. So whether that's hotels, restaurants, beaches, resorts, museums, cultural icons, Great Florida Panthers. We can cover all that. We have 20 different stops. We have 15 boats in our fleet. We not only do everyday operations, but we do private charters and special events for the city transportation too. As the Venice of America, I mean, what better way to see Fort Lauderdale than by the water? We connect our guests to destinations. One of our unofficial mottos is that there's something for everybody from 2 to 92. So for families, we go to places like Birch State Park, where you can, rent bikes, paddleboard, kayak, easy access to the beach. Along the way, we've got fine dining. One of our most popular stops is down on Las Olas. You've got all the great restaurants and attractions down there, the hotels. One of the most exciting things that we have coming down the pike is that we will be expanding up into Pompano. There'll be approximately 10 stops that you'll be able to connect to from Fort Lauderdale. So that will bring you actually from Lighthouse Point all the way down to Hollywood. We can handle, up to 2,000 passengers a day on and off the boats. It'll be our pleasure to welcome you aboard.
There you go. There you go. So if you're looking to travel away, especially if you love traveling to the water, and I mean, if I had my way, I'd be out on the water constantly. I mean, that's why I'm hoping to, by the end of this year, I hope to be in a position where I can start cruising a little bit more and doing some things. And I am working on some things now that's going to start putting things back together and just get things done and help. And I encourage you guys to, ask questions, reach out to me, call me, reach out to me on my Instagram. It's under Disney Days Dreams. Because I am for you guys that might be new, or if you're new to my channel and you're watching a replay of this, I encourage you to check it out and subscribe. Reach out to me on Dave's Disney Dreams, because like I said, my one of my biggest passions that I love is Disney. But beyond that, I do love traveling to different parks. I want to start doing a lot more cruises. I want to hit more of the Western Caribbean islands. Which is pretty, which is awesome. Can't say enough. And again, it is what it is. Let's look at here's the one thing that everybody loves to hear about, and we always do this. It's about food, and you can't dictate them about food.
Great way to start your day in Greater Fort Lauderdale is having breakfast here at Burlock Coast. We just have so much to offer, especially with the view that we have is amazing. The eggs and the smoothies go down really, really well.
If you really want to experience all that Greater Fort Lauderdale has to offer in terms of brewing, you got to start here at the grandfather of craft breweries, Funky Buddha Brewery. We do an amazing brunch with all kinds of Southern-inspired favorites. We've got bottomless beers, mimosas. It's just a delicious experience that kind of brings you somewhere.
Gulfstream Brewing, when people come visit, what they're here for is to mingle with locals, to try real South Florida craft beer, something authentic. You can have amazing pizza. We have games, foosball, cornhole. It is absolutely unique and nothing but fun.
Welcome
to Greater Fort Lauderdale.
And welcome into Mama D, our Fort Lauderdale lady. She does live down in that area, guys. And there's another reason right there to visit Fort Lauderdale, because of that special lady. She's one of our good friends. She's been around in our Disney community for a long time now, and we just love Debbie Bernfeld, special lady. Welcome in, Debbie. Good to see you. Now let's look at for one of the biggest things that always get asked, especially if they're a traveling couple, one of the biggest things that I always get asked, especially when I'm talking with people about traveling, is what about nightlife? Well, you know what? Fort Lauderdale is full. You get, again, if you go to any big towns, and I will say it again, for you guys that missed it just a few minutes ago, the three biggest towns that I would recommend traveling in the state of Florida, and believe it or not, Orlando is not one of them. I know I'm going to get pegged by the Disney community for this, but Orlando is not one of my top 3 destinations in the state of Florida. Now I might get a big hug out of Debbie, but one of the biggest, Fort Lauderdale is my number 1 destination. Pensacola is my number 2 destination. Tampa Bay is my 3 destination. Those are actually the 3 top destinations as far as the big cities. Now, if you're looking for smaller things to do, like, nightlife, maybe fishing, relaxing and just hanging around water and boating and things like that, then I would say Key West. Maybe Tampa, St. Augustine, and maybe some of the smaller, like Destin, and some of the smaller cities out and throughout the Panhandle. There are great areas, but again, this is about where I'm recommending on things to choosing. And again, Fort Lauderdale is probably my top choice to visit. And it's hard for me to say it because I do love Disney with all my heart. But as a travel agent, I can see visiting Fort Lauderdale and having just as much of a magical time in Fort Lauderdale as I can in Orlando. And not just because you have Debbie Bernfeld. She's the icing on the cake. And that's the truth, Debbie. That's the honest truth. You're just the icing on the cake. But so obviously, my thing is that, and I'm looking at it, and I just want to do something simple tonight because I really am preparing to. I'm just trying to focus on going on. Again, guys, tonight, remember, 7 o'clock, I will be. You're welcome, Debbie. Always. But it's true. I'm telling you. I know we got Disney community members probably listening to this, but Orlando is not my top destination in the state of Florida. So, again, you want to bring up the subject, guys, bring it up in the IG chat. Bring it up to me, because I will argue 100 times reasons why I can think of going anywhere else other than Disney World in the state of Florida. And 3 of them being Tampa Bay, Fort Lauderdale, and Pensacola. So, and don't get me wrong, I do love my Disney, but as a travel agent, and don't get me wrong, I love Disney. There's a lot of reasons to go to Orlando too. And if I had to really put it, Orlando would probably be the 4th city, to be the honest, truthfully. So it's in my top 5. Orlando would be my top 5 as far as the big cities to go see. But Fort Lauderdale, just because of the way it's designed, its interaction, its city, its influence, it's got everything that you can love. You're around water, you're close to nature, but you got that city interaction. You got the cultural interaction of museums, music, shopping, different districts of shopping, unlike I've seen. And again, that's the same thing with Tampa. It almost fits with Tampa Bay. The only thing with Tampa Bay is everything is put out. It's either closed in on the inland part of it, on the inside of Tampa, around the bay and in the inlet islands. As where Fort Lauderdale, yes, it is along the bay, the inlet islands and things like that. But it's a different view. But again, it don't differ between the two. The fact of it is they're both gorgeous for different reasons, because either way you look at it, you've got exquisite dining, you got exquisite museums, you got exquisite theaters, you got exquisite music venues, you got exquisite things to do as far as shopping, and the different cultural settings in each of these cities It's unbelief. And one of these nights, I'm going to actually do a comparison of Fort Lauderdale, Tampa, and in Pensacola. And actually it would actually be curious to see a lot of difference between the three cities, cultural wise. But again, so I mean, and one of these days we're going to talk about doing a poll and see what in all the cities in state of Florida, what is your top destination? Now I can guarantee you for a lot of the people in the community, they would probably say Orlando because we love the Disney, and we travel to going to the Disney parks and Disney World, and we talk about Disneyland and Disneyland Paris and Tokyo Disneyland and Shanghai Disneyland and all these other ones, so many parks. As a travel agent, which I find awesome and tremendous, because I have no problem if I can sell you a trip if you want to go to Disney, I would go full blast tilt because I am a Disney fan. But as someone that loves to travel and who is trying to actually open up and explore more things, and I'm even exploring and opening up on doing difference with the cultural food and things like that. That the fact of it is, I've tried different types of food I've tried more different types of food in the last year than I ever have in my entire 50 some odd years that I've been alive, which is unreal and hard to believe. So we actually will, on one of these days, we may look at the different dining experiences aboard in the different cities, including Orlando. But again, when you're talking about places to go and places to see, it just comes down to what is it that you want to see, what do you want to discover, how do you want that discovery, how magical do you want it to be, what is it do you exactly want to get out of it, and enough being said, it's now is a great time to travel. Now is a great time to start looking and booking for things. And again, I'm going to take a short break here, and I'm going to replay this. Just make sure that you if you are looking to book and travel, guys, listen. Okay.
Whether it's luxury or fun in the sun, Dave's got the tips to make your cruise number one. Tune in, sit back, let's plan your stay on Cantrell Country's Travel Way. It's Cantrell Country's Travel Way, setting sail on adventure every day. From island south to ocean blue, we got your cruising covered through and through. Pack your bags and set your sights. We're cruising seas and booking flights from the ports to the waves where dreams come alive. Dave Cantrell is here to guide your ride. It's Cantrell Country's Travel Way, setting sail on adventure every day. From island stops to ocean blue, we've got your cruising covered through and through.
All right. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Welcome into those coming in. So I am the agent and owner of the Cantrell Country Travel Way. I am looking forward to helping you for with your travel needs or travel desires, whether it's planning an itinerary to trips that you want, planning an itinerary for cruises that you may want, but whatever your magical need is, let Cantrell Country Travelway help you find that magical vacation. I will work hard for you, and it's all about you. And I can tell you one thing I have not told anybody. One thing that, one thing about the travel industry is that sometimes you end up paying extra fees. And it's not all travel agents, and it's not all travel agencies, but there are some that do charge a little bit of extra fee for, having to put in the extra time and, on top of the commission. I mean, not only on the commission, but I work strictly off a commission, guys. I don't charge any extra thing. I know I can charge a little bit extra for, having to put in the research time and things like that, but I do not do that as a travel agent. I work strictly on commission. Whatever you pay, I only get a certain percentage of what I make off of the total commission. So whatever your final bill is to, whether it may be Disney, or maybe you're taking a cruise on Royal Caribbean, or, maybe you're going to whatever your total bill is for a package, maybe going to the Grand Canyon and staying at a, resort and doing a day trip to the Grand Canyon and all that, whatever your total package is, I can promise you this. I only make a certain percentage off of that commission. And it's not to say it's wrong. It's just I choose not to exercise that, because I want to build good community and good patrons that, and try to build a good base for people wanting to come back to me and helping you and making your trips vacation. Because my desire is I love to travel. When I go to, and I will use Disney in this case, when I travel to Disney, I want my trips to Disney to be magical. I always hope that there's a way that something finds magical. When I lost both my parents in the last year and a half and lost my house last year, it's been hard not to be at Disney, and it's been hard not to. I haven't really had a good vacation up until I went home to Michigan this past December. And that vacation, and then when I come back, then I got to, got to do a couple of things throughout the week. Didn't get to do exactly what I wanted to do, but I did get back into streaming and be more consistent with my streams, but get to talk about my travels. And there's a lot of places that I love traveling, because I can tell you I love traveling to the mountains. And a lot of you guys that are in the community have heard me say it before. I love going to historical places. I want to go back to Appomattox Courthouse. Obviously, I want to go back to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. I want to go back to, here's the thing. I also love my Navy. I spent 7 years in the Navy Reserves. I do love my Navy. I want to travel to places like Texas and see the battleship there. I want to see the battleship North Carolina, in Charlotte, North Carolina. So there's a lot of things I want to see and do myself as a travel agent, and I'm working on towards that goal. I mean, that is my bucket list, is to spend the golden years traveling, enjoying life, but yet helping others enjoying that, and helping families enjoying that thing. So, that's what it's all about. It's making that magic. It's making that thing. So I encourage you to, if you catch the replay on this, or if maybe if you're ninja watching and you're really on the border of what you're on the border of wanting to travel somewhere and you don't think you can afford it, listen, there are ways to make it affordable. We can find an itinerary that would bring the magic to you somehow. I mean, can't promise you that things will go right, but I will promise you we will find things that work for budgetary, because everybody, when it comes to traveling, everybody has their budgets on what they allowed to. Even me, there's when I do travel to places, I allot myself so much money for room and board, food, spending, for knickknacks, things like that, little items that we all know that we all have to spend. When we're on vacation, there's always something that we have to buy and bring back with the knickknacks and spend. So it all comes down to budgetary, and those are the things that I do take in consideration when I help you develop a plan as a travel advisor. These are things that I love to discover so that I know how to help you plan the best itinerary, the best magical vacation that we can get you. And now I can tell you, the people in this chat that may be listening, I don't know if they've ever heard me speak like this serious about being a travel advisor, or heard me say these things. I don't know. Have I ever said anything like this before, Debbie? I think I have in some ways, but not to this tone. That when it comes to putting the clients first, that is a must for me. That is a must, making sure that you get the vacation. That's why I don't do the extra. I don't add that extra fee on to, have to do things to, because, I won't say how much, because it's not much that they add on to it, so it's not a big deal. I just choose not to add that fee on, because I choose not to add on that fee because I just don't believe in it. I mean, I believe in it, and maybe I will down the road, but not now, because right now mine is building a trust with me and my clients that I get. So I do seriously hope I see some of you guys reaching out to me about wanting to travel if you're serious. Because I really do want to be the best travel advisor I can be to help people make trips, planning, and that. So, and I can tell you that there will be some people getting some pins out of this thing eventually when I get them made up that has the new information. So with that, guys, couple other things. Don't forget, I am going to be in a half an hour. I'm going to be on Traveling with Tinkerbell. I'm going to be doing Traveling with Tinkerbell at 7 p.m. And then on Thursday, don't forget that it's going to be reversed. On Thursday, she's going to be with us for Q&A. So we're going to talk, and we're going to get to know a little bit more about Tinkerbell. And I'm glad she's becoming part of the community, and how we're going to help out and help each other's channel out. And that's just the best thing that can happen. Thank you for putting that link in there. Yes, at 7 p.m. And then, Debbie, I know it's out there. Can you put the link in there for Thursday as well on my channel? It should be somewhere around there. and I hope people will catch the replay on this. I know a lot of people were probably eating dinner and couldn't be here tonight. So, but I am looking forward to doing that one as well. And all right, guys. So I'm going to put it to you this way. I just was doing an easy topic and just doing a little bit of review to Fort Lauderdale and kind of telling you that if I had to choose and telling you my top 3 destinations within the state of Florida, and my honest, again, I will say it once, I will say it twice, I will say it 3 times. Fort Lauderdale would be at the top of my list just because of where it's located. The way the city is set up, especially if you're doing cruises, you got, you're in between Port Canaveral and Port Miami, but there are cruise lines, depending on which one you're doing. There are the cruise lines that come out of Fort Lauderdale. So, there's a lot of advantages to Fort Lauderdale, and that's honestly, that's kind of why it makes me it the number 1 destination for me in the state of Florida, as well, followed by Tampa Bay, Pensacola, and then Orlando. So there are my top 4. I mean, Orlando's in my top 5. It's just that number 4. Because there's so much with Orlando, there's a lot to do downtown Orlando, museums, theaters, music, sports. You have the UCF University that plays at the football stadium downtown. So if you're like college football and you live down there and you like UCF, you got sports like that. So there's a lot to do in Orlando as well. So I can't speak bad about Orlando. It's just that if you really, there's something about mixing water with a pleasurable trip that makes the trips magical. So, and that's my listing. I can guarantee you will have other travel advisors that would list the cities differently. Because we all think differently. We all have different niches in the markets. So with that, guys, all right, I'm going to yes. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you for putting that in there. So don't forget to, guys, be here on Thursday night we're traveling with Tinkerbell. And don't forget to come catch me over at 7 p.m. over on Traveling with Tinkerbell channel. So with that, I'm going to say, like my slogan says, let the Cantrell Country Travel Way help you find your magical vacation. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you for being here, Debbie.